What up everyone, it's your man Xman87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends news video, and what I have for you today is the reveal of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 wave. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate that. Now with that said, I thought the Hasbro Legends team said they were done with small baths. The Maury lie detector test determines that was a lie. Because the Build-A-Figure or Build-A-Pet will be Cosmo, the space dog. We'll get into the bath shortly. Let's go over the Groot deluxe reveal first before covering the individual figures to then talk our way up to the bath. We get a deluxe Groot that's swole with wings. His wings has some subtle hints of green painted, open hands and fists. It's a good thing he comes with a pair of fists since every Groot figure has open hands. A cute little baby rocket raccoon accessory that he can hold. Could have used a tad bit more of detail, but I could tell they just wanted to go for the cutesiness kind of factor, and it works. I'm a softie for animals. The overall sculpt looks very good in my opinion, except for those horrible ball hip joints. I thought we were done with that shit. Other than that, I still think it looks good, and any MCU Legends collectors out there will be able to add this to their Groot Evolution display. Price tag is a staggering $38.99. It's not worth it to me, but I'll let you determine if this is worth it to you or not. Another good thing is that he's not a bath again, as that would be overkill in another Guardians wave. I'll catch this on clearance to complete my Groot evolution. Onto the Guardians wave. Not much effort went into Star-Lord here, as he's repainted from an older body. As you can see the pins on his arms and legs. That's not a complaint, just pointing it out. Only thing that's new is the torso with the Guardians logo, and all the effort looks like it went into the face print tech. It's a good likeness of Chris Pratt. The sideburns came out nice. He only has 2 element guns and that's it. No helmet. I'm hoping he pulls out the full OG helmet in the film that matches this costume from the comics instead of the same MCU one with his hair poking out. No bath piece either. It's a lackadaisical effort for the $25 price tag. Drax is another one reusing his old legs. They needed to update them, not because of the pins, but because they are severely inaccurate to his physique. Batista has long muscular legs, and these were always short and kind of stubby looking. His new upper torso exposes that flaw furthermore. His upper body just looks bigger than his legs. Despite the legs, it's a good looking upper body. It's got good mass, his arms are buffed, and that face sculpt just looks so damn good. Probably my favorite Dave Batista likeness, even over his WWE figures. 2 daggers included. Would have loved some fists, but this is the bare minimum Hasbro has given us for these new price tags. Mantis looks great in her Guardians uniform. This entire sculpt is smoothed out with textures in the right areas. Pinless treatment was done right for her, and that head sculpt is lovely. Not sure if it's reused from her bath, but that was a beautiful bath, so if it is a reuse, it wouldn't bother me since that was a beautiful movie figure. The figure has no accessories whatsoever. I could have went for a different expression or expressions for alternate heads, since she displays a lot of emotions. Again, Hasbro has to up the accessory game, but this will be a good pickup for those who couldn't get the bath. Nebula is sharing the same body with Mantis, so that makes sense here, but has her cybernetic arm, which is pinless this time. Her other arm had interchangeable parts at the forearm, so this time it's at her wrist. Nebula is the only figure in this wave that includes the most accessories featured for a single figure. Same reuse of the pistol, which looks cheaper this time around, another blaster that's reused, and a new sword that you can pop on her wrist, so that adds some nice visual traits to the character's power display. A sweet looking head sculpt with a nice pretty set of black eyes. This is the better Nebula figure out of her predecessors, which wasn't a high bar to set anyway. But I like this one. Rocket Raccoon is a small figure done right, unlike that piece of shit Howard the Duck figure. If you saw my top 10 most disappointing and worst Marvel Legends of 2022 video, you know I dogged that figure. Charging $24.99 for a mini staction that couldn't move other than the arms. This is how you properly do a small figure, adding the same articulation everywhere it needs to be, just as the regular sized figures. You can see the torso is movable, the legs too, he's got the thigh swivel, the knees, the ankles, he has all the joints. He only includes one blaster, and I'm not sure if this is new or reused. I think it's new. It looks cool. Could have used an extra head. The fur paint on his head and tail looks like it matches. I appreciate the all new sculpt work that went into this. I'll touch back on this later when we talk about Cosmo to furthermore make some points. We finally get a Kraglin figure, and he's got some wonky proportions, but then again, the actor to me looks wonky that way. New sculpt, I think, but the legs aren't pinless, so they must have been reused. But who? I don't know. Actually, I think these might be from Yondu's, right? And maybe the torso is from him too? I'll have to go back and check my Yondu figure, but now I'm thinking that this entire body is a Yondu reuse. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm going with that. He's got Yondu's mohawk, and that looks funny on him. He just looks so damn drowsy, as if he's on Benadryl. Maybe he's just allergic to bad Hasbro figures. I don't know. He comes with Yondu's arrow and a knife. That's it. This spot should have belonged to the High Evolutionary. Next up, Adam Warlock, and my god, he's so gold. Just way too much gold. Which is not entirely the figure's fault, but that lies in fault of the film's costume designer. Let me say that the design is nice, but the colors are hideous. It should have been black with the red on his costume, not gold, so that way his skin tone pops out more. In turn, this makes the figure look terrible. Nothing to balance out the contrast. It really strains the eye. I know someone who's a film designer, and we were actually talking about Adam Warlock's costume, but he always said, like, you're supposed to make it easy, but stimulating on the eyes with color. He's just gold caca. There's no ball joint at the waist. You can tell he's going to pose terribly. No accessories either. Another figure in this wave with no accessories for $24.99. What the hell, Hasbro? He's nothing but pure golden caca. Lastly, let's take a look at the Cosmo bath. And okay, they got me with the cuteness because I'm a dog lover. Like I said, I'm a softie for animals. But my biggest gripe, which is what I wanted to touch on when talking about Rocket, but I saved it for now, is why wasn't he just packed in with Rocket to make that $24.99 price point more justifiable? I mean, when you look at the Rocket bath piece, he literally comes with majority of the dog. They literally could have fit both of these in with ease and still have some room for more. Why is Cosmo the bath? Is it because he's a highly articulated animal? If that's their excuse, I call bullshit, because G.I. Joe has given us highly articulated animals packed in with 6-inch figures. Yeah, I know those cost slightly more, but Rocket is only 3 inches, so the cost could have offset that. To me, the bath should have been the High Evolutionary with his throne, come to think of it. Anyways, back to the figure. It still looks good. Nice sculpt work and paint. I love the details on the face. Damn it, he's so cute looking. See what I mean? I can sit here and critique things the way it should have been done, but put a puppy in my face and I'll be like, aw. I wonder if his little helmet can flip over to close it completely. This figure may be contributory to serving your comic shelf, as he looks just like his good boy comic counterpart. All figures from this Cosmo the Space Dog Bath Wave are up for pre-order now and retails for $24.99 each, making the total wave amount of $175 before taxes or shipping if applicable. Now to wrap things up, my overall thoughts on the wave reveal is I'm a little conflicted. I'll give you my perspective of someone such as myself who collects both comic and MCU Legends figures. On the MCU side of things, I'm conflicted because do I really need another Guardians team? I already have a complete Guardians movie team and I only need one of each character on display. Sometimes I make a few exceptions, but something about how uniform these look together make them look better. I love the red and blue costumes from the comics, and it's what makes these highly appealing for me. But then I would only be getting 3 new characters in total to add to the MCU shelf with Cosmo, Adam Warlock, and Kraglin. On the comic side of collecting, it's extremely frustrating that we have yet to get an all-comic Guardians of the Galaxy wave. We only got a half-comic wave back in 2017 because it was mixed with the first Volume 2 movie figures in the Titus Bath wave, 3 comic figures in Volume 2 Wave 2, and only 2 comic in the Volume 1 Groot Bath wave. But that's it. Out of 4 Guardians of the Galaxy waves now, only 10 out of 32 figures total were comics. 10 out of 32. That's just an unfair ratio. As a huge Guardians fan, I want an all-comic Guardians of the Galaxy wave because I know it'll have the necessary character selection to give us characters needed for the cosmic shelf besides the team itself with matching uniforms, which I don't understand why every time they try to do a Guardians comic team, they never have the correct matching uniforms. They even did it with the 3-inch figures. I swear, sometimes Hasbro's logic is incomprehensible. But man, Hasbro should be giving us the comic characters we need to fill in the gaps in our cosmic shelf. Like a Bug, like a comic Mantis, Star Fox, a comic Nebula. God, we need a comic Nebula already. The Collector, Phyla-Vell, Korvac, Thane, an updated classic Adam Warlock. A monster of Badoon Bath would be fucking amazing with some Badoon army builders too. Look at that, Hasbro. I already gave you a good lineup. Only took about 10 seconds to come up with an epic Guardians wave, and you still didn't deliver anything like this in the 9 years since the first Guardians wave was released. Anyways, no villain, a tiny bath, 2 or 3 figures that do not include any accessories is just weak sauce. The best thing about this wave to me is the matching uniforms on the Guardians team. I don't even know who's my favorite judging by the looks. Maybe Cosmo or Rocket? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. So my on-reveal rating for the wave is a 6 out of 10. No. Probably between a 4.5 to 5 out of 10. I'll wait for a really good sale price to pick these up to judge it in hand. Not gonna pay full price though. Now I kick it back to you. What are your thoughts on this Guardians movie wave? Are you picking it up or passing? And what would be your dream comic Guardians of the Galaxy wave? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel Legends news video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xmanny87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace.